You're tuned in to the 3 Pixels podcast. This episode is produced by Martin Gregory.
Hello and welcome to the Pixel Podcast. I'm Martin Gregory and today we'll be talking about the BAFTA Awards for games. In this episode, I'll be looking at the categories that I feel that are the most tightest as well as the most interesting stories coming out from the BAFTAs. British Academy Game Awards are celebrating the very best in games, and what way to kick it off than talk about the British game category. In this category we had 11 to 11 Memories, Red Dead Redemption 2, The Room, Old Sins, Overcooked, 2 Point Hospital, and Forza Horizon 4. The winner of this award was Forza Horizon 4, which honestly surprised me a lot. Going into this, I thought it'd be Red Dead Redemption 2. I always knew it'd be a 2-horse race between Forza and Red Dead Redemption 2. Not because the other games aren't good or anything, it's more that these are the 2 games that are more high profile than the others. Playground Games, the developers of this game, should be very happy of what they've actually achieved with Forza Horizon 4. Forza has won Golden Joystick Awards for Xbox Game of the Year, as well as dominated in the racing category. They've won so many awards this year. I'll just list off some of the main ones: the Game Awards 2018, Australian Game Awards, and DICE Awards. As you all know, I do love Red Dead Redemption 2, and I really would have liked to see it take home the British Game Award, but that's not a knock on Forza Horizon 4. I think it was a very good game, and the critics loved it. Honestly, I couldn't find that many bad reviews of this game, and it just seems such a polished game, and a well-deserved winner. Okay, the next category is Family. Now here on the podcast, I believe we're quite a family-orientated podcast, so I must speak about this category. It was probably the most tightly contested category of the night. Why? Here's why. You had Lego Disney Pixar's The Incredibles, Nintendo Labo, Overcooked 2, Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee, Super Mario Party, as well as Yoko's Island Express. And the winner of this category was Nintendo Labo. This was probably the one that I could not predict in this group. All of these games are fantastic in their own way, as well as high profile. The LEGO game series always seem to do very well in terms of sales and reviews. The Pokemon Let's Go games had a massive hype and a massive fan base behind it, and it was really well executed. Overcooked 2 was really well received by critics. Honestly, reading up about this game, I'm actually surprised they didn't win this in the end. Like I said, critics ate this game up, and it was really well received by the fans of this game, and also people who are new to this game. The Labo won, I believe, due to its innovation, which also won an award on the night for, and its capability to include all members of the family, young to old. Where some of these games were more aimed at children or young teens, I believe the Labo had a lot more for all ages across the board. If you look at their marketing campaigns, a lot of them don't just show children playing these games. A lot of them are the elder generation, as well as mums and dads playing along with their children. So honestly, it was really good on their part, and I think it might not have been the most definitive factor why it won this award, but I do think it did help, and it's nice to see that Labo got the recognition it deserves. I was very skeptical when the Labo came out, but now that I see it's winning awards, as well as being really well received and put into great practice, it's hard to argue that they were justified winners. You can find details on all these categories on the BAFTA Awards website, but let's talk about the big game here. The one that every game wants to be nominated for and everyone wants to win. That's right, the Best Game Award. So before I say who took this award home, let's have a look who was in the mix. It was God of War, Assassin's Creed Odyssey, Astro Bot, Rescue Mission, Celeste, Return of Obra Dinn, and Red Dead Redemption 2. Now, all of these games are fantastic games in their own right. Some of these games I've actually talked about in a previous podcast episode, which you can find in the best games of 2018. But let's get to it. The winner of this category was God of War. God of War was against a wide range of games for the top prize, facing not only fellow blockbusters in Red Dead Redemption 2 and Assassin's Creed Odyssey, but as well as fabulous virtual reality platformer Astro Bot, an independent darling Celeste, as well as a return of Obra Dinn. God of War's director Cory Barlog accepted the award for Best Game with a heartfelt acceptance speech. "Creating things is really hard," he said. "It's a daily failure, constant doubt, this feeling that you're doing not so great, and every once in a while there is a shining moment where you say, aha, I got it," followed by sobbing. Looking at this category, I always had the feeling that God of War would take this home. As already stated, I made an episode talking about the best games 2018, and this game did top the bill. It would have been very impressive if any of these games it was up against took this home. The reason I say that, God of War was nominated for 6 categories and taken home 4 of them in audio achievement, music, narrative, and the best game. This game was a behemoth in the BAFTA Awards. It just sucked up awards left, right and centre. And it's hard to argue, this game was probably the best game in a long time. It was a great year for games in 2018. There were many games that I loved and I'm still playing right now, but this game really made me say, wow, this is the game to beat. I'm really happy for Santa Monica Studios, the developer of this game, and Sony Interactive Entertainment. They've done a really good job of making God of War. Hailed as a reboot, what a way to kick off a reboot with the best game of 2018. However, that is not the final story. I want to talk about the BAFTAs. There's one big story and one glaring thing that came out from this, in my opinion. The big surprise was Rockstar's Wild West epic Red Dead Redemption 2 left empty-handed despite being nominated for 6 categories. Artistic achievement won by Return of Obra Dinn. Audio achievement, narrative and best game all won by God of War. British game won by Forza Horizon 4. And the performer Roger Clark as Arthur Morgan in Red Dead Redemption 2 was pipped by the performance of Jeremy Davis as the Stranger in God of War. Red Dead Redemption shouldn't be too disheartened about this. They have been nominated for many categories. It is just a shame that they didn't win any on the night. Once again, the BAFTAs has provided twists and turns and highlighting the best of 2018. I've been Martin Gregory. You have been listening to the Pixel Podcast. If you want to get involved, you can find us on our website at thefreepixels.com, our Twitter handle at thefreepixelspod, as well as our Facebook, The Free Pixels. Thank you for listening, and I'll catch you in the next one.
You've been listening to the 3 Pixels podcast with Alan Taylor, Martin Gregory, and me, Ben Ridley. Music provided by Epidemic Sound. With that, thank you for listening. We'll see you next time. Good night.